Reggilar show. Boom, boom, boom. Today we're talking about the future of Pokemon. Dennis, go.
I feel like this time around, Gen, with X and Y, I had a huge major problem when we traded Pokemon.
Okay.
At one point, I actually was in great danger of losing the Pokemon you traded me's loyalty because it leveled up so fast, we had all the XP share. So when we got to that, I had to start actually pumping out gyms. I had started going in there and trying to get the badges to speed up to keep my Pokemon from loafing around and punching itself in the face. I mean, that was terrible.
That is, I think, it's a system I understand in terms of something that they've kept in from the original games. But I think it's also a little bit misplaced in that who cares if someone gives someone a level 100 Mewtwo and lets them spam through the game?
I mean, they're the ones ruining the experience for themselves.
Why does... to me, it unnecessarily limits what Pokemon you can use when you're trying to go through the game.
Right.
And, I gave... my sister's been playing, and I gave her all the EVs. I just gave her...
Yeah, Jolteon, Flareon.
And there's a point where they're not listening to her anymore either. And she wanted to play through the game with just an all EV.
Her specific one.
Yeah. But now you can't. And I feel like that's unnecessarily limiting, and I think that is something they could probably take out.
Well, it's nice because it's sort of like the old game mechanic. Let's just throw it out the door.
Speaking of things that need to be thrown out the door, I'm pretty sure everybody...
It's the big one.
I was about to say I'm pretty sure everybody can agree, but I've actually run into some opposition about this. Getting rid of HMs.
They need to get rid of those. They don't need to get rid of them per se, but they need to change how they do it because it's annoying. It's really bad.
Well, why can't I delete the HM?
Well, we were discussing this earlier, and we determined that it's to stop you from, say, surfing out to an island, then deleting surf off of a Pokemon, and then not being able to get back.
Mm-hmm. But you can just you could
reteach it surf because you have the HM.
Yeah, I that's what I assume it's for. That's my best guess.
In the opposition that I ran into was that with the new trading mechanics, you could actually trade anywhere. So you could technically trade your Pokemon with somebody that was your last water Pokemon, say, and you had no other one that could learn Surf. And I was like, but you could just trade back. Because this is the way it is. Anytime a situation like that would occur, is the player trapped themselves.
Yeah.
Thus, the player could untrap themselves because they had to have a way to trap themselves, and they just need to reverse the steps.
Well, that's their fault.
Yeah, and if the gameplay is the one that had trapped them, there would be no way to get out. But that's not the way it works.
No,
it's the HMs to me are just kind of they're very. It's a very old system. It's the way things were in the first game. I get the way they were done.
Right.
They are unnecessarily... It's just old. It needs to be... we were talking about making it key items that perform the same functions.
Yeah.
I mean, at the very least, the moves could not be horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, because Surf's good.
Yeah.
Fly's okay, but
Waterfall's alright, but then Cut
Flash is horrible. Flash hasn't been an HM in a while, but...
that's the other thing. They turned Rock Smash, which still has a HM-esque use, which is to break rocks, into a TM. Why not just do that with the other ones?
Right.
Yeah.
Or I mean, there are even better ways to do it, too, because, we were talking about earlier, why can't Scyther cut if he doesn't know cut?
Yeah, why can't certain Pokemon learn HMs when they clearly should be able to?
Well, not even technically able to learn it, but he's got these huge scythe hands.
I mean, he has literally sword
Why would he need to know?
Why can Pangoro surf? They give me no indication that he can surf.
Like, Lapras can only swim if she knows the move. I mean, Lapras clearly can swim.
Yeah.
It's a water type.
Speaking of things that I'd actually like to see changed, the computer system.
The PC.
The
PC could, here's
really
something that annoyed me about X and Y. They had a deposit, a withdraw, and a move Pokemon system, but the only one you will ever use is the move.
Right.
And
the deposit's the top one, so if you're just clicking
you're gonna have to scroll down, and it needs to be redone. The PC system needs to be redone.
Just drop, deposit, and withdraw.
Well, either I'd like to see it be able to be done on the fly, or I'd like to be able to have it reworked so it's a lot easier to navigate through. Why can't I just access PC and do what I want from there? Why do I have to have 3 different screens to deposit, withdraw, or move?
Because we were discussing this and I feel like we're doing some minor stuff in terms of discussions in terms of like the PC shit or whatever. But these are like legitimate concerns. I don't think this is like the grand way forward for Pokemon or anything. But you were talking about that, like you were brought that up at the end of the last video, is that they've made a lot of streamlines. Yeah. The trading is significantly better now.
Yes.
Because you can do it wherever.
Yes.
And the advent of the Pokebank coming out, that's another.
I would and so this leads me to this point, is that this is the most this is the dumbest shit ever. Something I would personally. I would like to not have to talk to the nurse every time I want to heal Pokemon.
Please, now.
Can I just, like, can there be a machine and I just do it there? Because that's pretty annoying having to scroll through, like, 5 boxes of text.
Would you like to heal your Pokemon? No, I just want to
there's the option. That's the...
Why? Why would I not? I'm talking to you, bitch. Come on.
What I did like from X and Y was the fact that you could meet people randomly out in the wilderness or wherever you were that would heal your Pokemon. I thought that was
nice,
cool.
particularly in the caves and stuff, because the caves were pretty murderous this time around. They were pretty horrible.
But
in terms of what are some bigger things?
Big. Let's some of
the big things.
You could mobile shop. Why can't they have Pokemon deliver you Pokeballs, Super Potions, and junk like that?
Yeah, I mean
that'd be kind of cool.
But what about like an issue more like they're not even like using Pokemon to their greatest potential.
No.
I feel like the series is there's rot in it at this point.
Yeah.
And, stuff like the HMs or a lot of this stuff. This was stuff in the beginning.
Yeah.
And that's part of it. But I feel like the structure of the series is weakening.
Yeah.
And I think there needs to be some kind of change to it. I think I would really love to see a compelling narrative in the next one.
I would too. I'd like to see a really good Pokemon storyline.
The protagonist, why can't he have like
a backstory?
Because they have a backstory, but it's always cheerful and bright. What about like conflicted history where he has to make certain decisions where should he defeat Team Rocket or whatever the team is in the next one, because he might think about joining up with them.
Does it have to have a team if it doesn't want to?
Does it have to?
Could you be the bad guy?
Like a super plot twist.
Do there have to be 8 gym leaders? Do you have to fight the Elite Four at the end? Like what there are plenty of RPGs that don't have that, and this is what it is. It's an RPG. I mean, it needs that Pokemon in it, but it can be whatever they want. And like I think that would be really cool to see them moving. Because for instance, like something like Zelda again, you always go through dungeons. You're going to do the dungeons because that's what's fun.
But that's a Zelda game.
But the plots are different,
right?
I mean, not all the time. Usually Zelda's going to get kidnapped or some shit.
But their relationship is different, especially in Skyward. They changed it up quite a bit.
Yes.
And then in other ones, Zelda's not even there sometimes.
I mean, Wind Waker's in kind of a post-apocalyptic Water World type setting, or
and in Link's Awakening, there is no Zelda. You actually have a real love interest that disappears in the end. That one's killer.
Yeah, because they at least they make minor changes.
Right.
At least they attempt to do something
different.
It's the
same
song and dance
shit every time. I mean, you can going into a Pokemon game exactly what the plot's going to be, and that ends up making it boring.
You will always get one Master Ball.
You
will always have 8 gym leaders. You will always be an Elite Four.
The champion will be someone that you met previously.
There will always be a rival.
They're always gonna suck. You're gonna win.
You're gonna win. I mean, it's just like there's nothing outside.
Yeah.
I would as I was talking about, I would like to see the rival be Dick again. I thought N was actually pretty good. Mm-hmm. I forgot to mention N.
Yeah.
But he was the best rival since Silver, but because Black and White seem to be moving forward, in terms of advancing the narrative, or at least what the narrative could be in the series. I mean, it was still very basic, and then X and Y just seemed to just take all those steps back, and I think that was one of the things that disappointed me a lot about the game.
So, real quick, in just a couple of bullet points, if you will, what do you want to see changed?
I would actually like to see more, and this is something that me and KJ have done. We started doing this little Pokedex thing. Better Pokemon, because I'm tired of the shit of having stupid Pokemon every time.
Right. There's only 70 this time, and
Right.
there are quite a few shit ones.
And then the story needs to be improved too.
Yeah.
I'd like to see some better management in terms of like menus and junk like that, so we don't have to sit out here and piddle around with all of this junk. Clearly you could do something better about that.
And then, as you said, it's just a series of menus anyway.
Yeah, I'd like to see the narrative improved. I'd like to see some of the kind of the dirtle taken out.
Yeah.
In terms of the IVs need to be redone. I would like to see a massive competitive overhaul in Gen 7. Now that they've got the 3D out of the way, that was kind of a big step forward. I'd like for them to kind of really look at the structure of the game and kind of do what they can with it and try to change it.
Yeah.
Well, great. Well, thanks for watching. We'll see you later. Such a terrible pun.